Welcome back, everyone. The outgoing governor of Edo State, Governor Obaseki, has urged the people of the state to support the incoming government that will be headed by Senator Monday Okwebolo. Governor Obaseki said the support of the people led to his success, adding that he's leaving the governor, or is leaving as governor of the state, but is not leaving the state. I mean, the outgoing governor has also recently said he does not want to be remembered for his many fights, but his passion to deliver impactful projects and processes that have transformed the state. So tonight, let's speak with one of the members of the APC Transition Committee, Honorable Paul Ohombamu. He was former Deputy Speaker and former Commissioner for Information in Edo State. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Honorable. Good to see you again. Welcome to Politics Tonight.
Thank you very much.
Right, so your party won the September 21st governorship election. I must say congratulations to you on that. But how seamless is this transition process?
Thank you very much. It ought to be seamless, as you have said, but there are inhibitions here and there. Certain documents you ask, they keep, obviously, for obvious reasons, from the transition committee. We ought to get financials, know the steps they are taking, all the things they have done, the stage it has got to, what they spent in particular project, but those things are not given. Of course, government, you cannot take any kobo from government, it will be discovered. So we are not really bothered about that. The thing is still ongoing, and by the grace of God, it will culminate eventually in swearing in on Tuesday of the new governor. As the outgoing governor will leave and he said he will remain in Edo State. I'm happy to hear that. And that he has done well from him. But I know that if he has really done well, history will remember him for good. But if he has not done well, history will also judge him. But the judgment of history cannot be rigged. It's always subjective.
Right.
Thank you.
You know, that transition process is supposed to allow both parties, the APC and the PDP, begin meaningful discussions and share vital information that would ensure a seamless transfer of responsibilities and continuity of governance. And if I'm not mistaken, it was inaugurated October 18, which makes it about 3 weeks now. So what kind of reports is the PDP handing over to the APC?
Well, we wanted reports that will cover their activities. When I say activities now, all what they have done, so that the incoming governor, when he assumes office, he will know where to start, and all the partnership MOUs they have had, the stage those partnerships are, so that we know those. But they just simply gave us their thematic pillars, which they present to themselves during the Alawedao Summit, to their sponsors, to tell them they are doing well, bringing achievements for us. And we said, these are not the things we need. Because
so what exactly does the APC need?
We just wanted factuals. If you say, for example, you cited some industries in places, tell us where. Where did you cite the industry? If you did electrification in 25 places, where did you carry out this electrification? What is the cost? Who sponsored it? How did you get money? What is spent? What is left? These are simple things that ought to, to be given, but the details are kept away from us. Of course, because there is devil in the details, they will not bring it out, which eventually will still come out. But by and large, we are able to, from the little ones they have brought out, we are able to, reduce and take certain things we need there, and when we resume fully as a government, we know what to do.
Let's talk about allegations and counter-allegations. The office of the governor has said it is disingenuous to start claiming at this last minute that the government is now just employing new workers to set traps for the new government, and that APC's claim that Edo government was employing workers was misguided. Why is the APC saying otherwise?
But I'm surprised that 10 days to a governor's exit, you start making employing people. You employ over 4,000 teachers. Where have you been? You ought to have backdated such employment, all your cronies, the political aides, the SSAs he employed to help him in the election. All PDP people gave them appointment, employment letters, and the rest. And they are all there. These are facts.
So is there anything constitutionally wrong with that, Honorable?
No, what I can find no distinction between a personal action out of malice and one's action in bad faith. Our contention is that Obaseki's action with regard to such employment, is not only malicious but done in bad faith, and it cannot, satisfy the true test of reasonability. These are the issues. These are the issues.
I still do not get where the issue is. And just as I've asked, is there anything constitutionally wrong with that? Because according to members of your party, the category of the appointees were senior special assistants and special assistants. And your party is claiming that 186 of such appointees were appointed in September this year. Your party is also alleging that Governor Obaseki for 8 years refused to recruit civil servants to fill up vacant positions and energize the civil service. You said, or rather the party also says, he refused to set up the Civil Service Commission until 2 weeks ago. So how substantiated is this allegation?
Yes, he set up, of course, that one is even flawed because the chairman of that Civil Service Commission is not qualified. So at the end of the day, when you now visit such bodies and they say, no, it's a statutory body, that statutory flavor, you have not. The worst you can say about it is that we have broken the law in the name of the law. Because when somebody is not qualified, he's not qualified. These are the issues. He did not send it to a month, about 3 weeks to his exit. He set up the Civil Service Commission, and all the people he used for election, those SSA, SC, and the other elements he put there, he started giving them appointment letters, employment letters into civil service, and backdated it. So at the appropriate time, we ask when they started taking salary, and who employed them, which interview, when was it advertised, how did they become employees of the state government. I said this whole action is predicated on malice, and I can find no distinction between a personal action out of malice and one's action in bad faith. That what Obaseki has done is not only malicious, but in bad faith, and it cannot pass the test of reasonability. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so are you already saying the APC administration will sack these people once Governor-elect Monday Okpebholo assumes office?
It goes without saying, their sack is in fixed deposit. They should know, they don't need education to know that. They don't need education, that's the truth. When did they advertise? Who interviewed them? How? You can't just give people letters and say you have employed. That's not the way it's done.
All right. Well, what do you see how that plays out?
Unless the governor, because of his good nature, says he wants to regularize what they have done wrong. Because you cannot place something on nothing and expect it to stand. It will collapse. They are only lucky that we have the governor coming who is humane and is somebody who will not hurt anyone. That's just it. Otherwise, well, it will be visited.
All right. We'll see how that plays out. But again, was that part of the reason the EFCC arrested the State Accountant General, Julius Anelu, and 4 other officials said to be signatories to the state government account? The reason for that arrest is still unclear to many. Is the EFCC trying to forestall last-minute withdrawal from the state account, or this arrest was over a repaid loan? Because there's some information out there this is about a repaid loan. And according to the state government, the loan under investigation was obtained by the state government from the CBN. So what's the true situation of things from your own point of view?
They arrested them for plundering seriously the accounts of the state. If no one is complaining, the account was crying out for help. So EFCC arrested them. You need to see the fusillade of withdrawals, the way they were taking money, as if it was going out of existence. You know, they were doing it with careless abandon, with brutal indifference. So EFCC stepped in so that to forestall any problem. That's why they were arrested.
All right, because the governor's aide has alleged that the EFCC is trying to cripple governance in Edo State and acting out a script that portends grave danger to democracy. And many believed that Governor-elect Monday Okpebholo is responsible for that.
How can he's not responsible for anything? If you know him very well, you know he does not mean to into this type of thing. He's not a governor yet. He has not been sworn in. He's still governor-elect. He has not done anything to show that he's overbearing on the state. The state official that spoke, you should know what were you expecting from him. The only thing you need to do to get sacked in Obaseki's government and as an appointee is to tell the truth. So what they say will further the interest of their paymaster. There's nothing, it's not a show, it's not Okpebholo at all, it's not the governor-elect, it's just EFCC doing professional, doing their work.
Because some political watchers have said it was right for people to think so because Governor-elect Senator Monday Okpebholo has accused the administration of Godwin Obaseki of allegedly looting government property. He also alleged that Obaseki has been involved in last-minute loan requests under shady circumstances from financial institutions a few days before his handing over. Is there any proof to this?
I know that he has been involved in some of this. He even he wanted a supplementary budget and some other demands from the House of Assembly that they turned down. No, he wants to continuously spend even when he's leaving. He told them, in any case, in the meeting he had with them, that he wants to leave money first for the governor coming, and secondly, he does not have, there's no money for the inauguration. He needs money for all those things. So I think it's like theater of the absurd.
So I'm asking if there is any proof to this allegation.
So, allegation that...
I mean, your party had alleged that the governor has been withdrawing money without appropriate recourse to the House of Assembly. So I'm asking, is there enough proof to back up this allegation?
He has been doing everything regardless of the House of Assembly because he practically put the principal officers there. It's now they are waking up from their slumber, apparently knowing that he's leaving, and that's what he has been doing, and it is unfortunate.
All right. As a member of the transition committee, are you privy to Edo State's debt profile?
Debt profile?
Yes.
I only know from their own reports that they have collected over 1.5 trillion. That is money that has come into the state, whether through statutory allocation that from federation account, internally generated revenue, and all other grants and loans and the rest. And when Olajumoke left, the indebtedness of the state was less than 43 billion. So as we speak, it's in the region of 500 billion.
Because I remember that it was in February, some concerned stakeholders were asking the governor to stop securing loans. And as at that time, there was a 9 billion naira loan approved by the House of Assembly, which they called needless and will plunge the state into financial distress. And as of February, the state was already suffering under a debt profile of over 100 billion naira. And some have also said $35.6 billion, though the state government says it has under-borrowed. So this transition committee, what exactly are you guys looking into this?
There's an aspect because it's not a fact-finding, committee. We are not there to we shut anything or put anybody on trial. Access to education will be there. Other committees will be set up when the government comes on board fully to investigate some of these things.
All right.
We just wanted seamless transition so that the governor will know things on ground and what to do, where they have reached and from where it will take off. That's it.
All right. So let's talk about the outgoing administration, because Governor Obaseki has recently said he does not want to be remembered for his many fights. He does not want to be remembered for his clash with opponents. And I regard that as a self-reflecting statement. So what do you think Godwin Obaseki will be remembered for?
Thank you very much. When a man wages a war and says we should blot that out of our memory, out of our mind, it sounds funny. The American Vietnamese author, who is also the author of the book Sympathizers. His name is Tan Nguyen. He put it more succinctly when he said, all wars are fought twice. First time on the battlefield, second time in memory. So you have fought all these wars. You say they should not remember you. They must remember you. That's the truth. People will remember. You fought with the state. You fought with the state. You betrayed the state, betrayed the kingdom. You betrayed the nation. You levied war against Nigeria. That Nigeria will burn and you will lead it. People, they must remember. It's like telling us that the Civil War, the Eastern, generation passes, generation cometh. That people should not talk about it and that they should no longer transmit to from generation to generation. It's false. You must. When you look at a region that became an abattoir of human souls with rotting flesh and mangled bones, and you expect it to end like that, people will transmit. It will continue. Obaseki's words are such that shocked me because actually politics is war without bloodshed. But he wanted bloodshed. He morphed gradually and systematically into a Taliban. That's what he did. He was gradually now moving into an Al-Qaeda, and the rest would have been ugly. So if you say you don't want to be remembered, as you said, it's self-reflecting, and it shows too that he really fought wars, battles. He fought battles, and he will be remembered for those battles, no doubt. And some of the battles, he also...
I'd like you to be specific, Honorable. What battles are you talking about?
The one he said he shouldn't be remembered for. He said it because he fought everybody. There's nobody he did not fight. Traditional institution he fought. Political leaders, those who assisted him, he fought. He's somebody who destroyed, damaged China, and you still expect to have a bumper sales. It's impossible. And politics ordinarily ought to be something you play, it ends at verbal duel. This is why Professor Neil Sundari talks of the politician's two mouths. That is, killing without a sword. That the politician's mouth has two edges, like a single sword. It is more than both ways. So it ought not to become something that you draw blood and the rest. Then Mao's the tongue. Chairman Mao's the tongue. The leader of the Chinese Revolutionary Party said, politics is war without bloodshed. And war is politics with bloodshed. But here they tell you they have stopped talking, hands speak for me. They take up arms. They do a lot of things. You became an entrepreneur of violence. Meeting out violence and threatening people. Even though some of us, we did not see any terror in his threats. But there are some persons who did not even go out to vote that day because of his threats. Because of his threats, they didn't go out to vote. The day of election. So he was also at the receiving end. And he lost woefully because he dealt with some people. So you also had coalition of the injured who were bent on punishing him with their ballot. So his failure, a man cannot travel the devil's expressway and expect to arrive at God's destination.
All right.
Put more succinctly, a man cannot lie on the laps of Delilah and wake up, expect to wake up in the bosom of Abraham. So what he got is a direct result. It's cause and effect. That's the truth. It's cause and effect. It's a dialectical thing.
So, Honorable, when I asked you what you thought Godwin Obaseki would be remembered for, I wanted you to be very specific about how he steered the affairs of Edo State for 8 years.
No, I went that direction because it was putting up this avoidance mechanism that people should not remember him for the battles. Obviously, let's even look at the other things he did. What can he be remembered for? Which area? In Edo State, as we speak, there is social dislocation and institutional collapse. I see him commissioning ongoing projects. You commission a project, they are still digging holes in the premises. So this is fabricated integrity. So what kind of prayer you commissioned? The other day, commissioned civil service building, where the former president of the country, building you did not build. You only renovated, you painted it, you built, giving the impression that, you see, this is the whole thing. You deceive people, politics of illusion, arrogance of power. You just do things as if with careless abandon. So what will you be remembered for? Poverty of governance. Education, Yeah, we talk of stricter lessons now, because even the so-called Edo Best, they classify some areas as progressive schools. Those are the schools. Edo Best did not cover the entire schools because they don't have enough equipment, they have the materials to do all those things. Teachers are not in our schools. He did not employ. The schools are dilapidated. He did not renovate. He did not build anyone. All through the years, I don't see any school he built. No school he built. They are all done. Students sit down on bare floor. So he will be remembered for that. Okay. Another thing will be, in fact, his greatest asset is the power to fight. That's why I say he will be remembered for that, because he boasted that he does not lose battles. It is only this election. They are saying it that impunity has a sunset. And this election showed that justice has been done. And the president of the E-Motors has handled his spot with Obaseki, just as he did with Tess. This is what has happened.
All right. All right, but let's go on a break. And when we come back, we will continue this conversation. Please stay with us, everyone.
Okay.
Shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Voted as the best TV station of the year. TVC News breaks into the core of every event as they happen. Following all nationwide big and impactful stories. We tell the news from every perspective, covering every human angle. I am Veronica, bringing you the news you would want to watch.
We're discussing Edo State politics, the Obaseki years and transition. And I've been speaking with Right Honorable Paul Ohombamu, former Deputy Speaker and former Commissioner for Information in Edo State. Honorable, thank you very much for staying with us on the program. Before we went on that break, you practically insinuated that Godwin Obaseki did nothing in 8 years. But Edo people say...
I was coming, I'm taking them seriously. I took education. Let me go to health so that people can...
Before you go to health, kindly hold on, before you go to health, because Edo people say Godwin Obaseki increased the IGR of the state by over 100%. At the moment, Edo is one of the top 3 states with good WAEC results. Those who voted for his candidate, Aso Egodalo, say these were the critical issues. And some Edo residents also say Edo State has one of the best civil service structure. I'm sure you're aware of that, aren't you? And that's why his unpopularity in the end surprised many. So how do you react to that?
Thank you. You have answered it. If he has done all these things, why the unpopularity at the end? Why the unpopularity at the end? The truth of the matter, these are cacophony of voices. Those who love Obaseki, who, have been with him, and there's this proclivity that they will defend him. Obaseki has not, it's not just 0% or 10%, but I score him 40%. 40. In the area of sports, for example, he did well in bringing Darling Bender Insurance from relegation to the, premiership, and they are still there now. He did well there. Let us look at health. When Olajumoke was leaving, before he left, he built magnificent Central Hospital. Obaseki opened it and brought consultants.
Right, Honorable, kindly hold on. Before you talk about health, I've mentioned that people said he increased the IGR of the state. Edo State is one of the top 3 states with good WAEC results, and the the reform of the state civil service. Would you give him credit for this?
I told you, those are the reforms. Some of these things increase his cost to 40. Is what I'm telling you. Because if you see, let me tell you, there is no wealth without prosperity. If you say this state is wealthy, there must be prosperity. You get what I'm saying? What I'm telling you now is Obaseki did a lot of things. Many people applaud him too for it's their own, marking scheme they have used. They believe he has done well in these areas. But the commanding hearts of the economy, the things that will move a state from one stage to the other in terms of development, where was Obaseki? Where has he been? His government from beginning to this time has been comedy of errors. Comedy of errors. I told you what he did well, yes. Education, every best ought to be the best. But you cannot be talking of the best when there are no teachers in the school, when there are no chairs, infrastructure zero. So you just create this esoteric thing up there in the name of technology, in the name of artificial intelligence, and create sort of conundrum that people will not understand. And Kanoa said, people deify what they cannot understand. So many people praise him, civil service, because of the computer, because of all the things they are doing there. They are praising him because they don't understand. They deify him because they don't understand. That's what,
Honorable, are you there?
Technology, including artificial intelligence, but the people, it sits well with the people. They understand what is happening. Obaseki is too sophisticated for Edo people. That's why this time they said they cannot vote for another foreign god, and they voted against that is Aswe Godaro. That's it. Look at roads in Edo. You need to come to Edo State and go around the roads. That's true. You cannot access from one area to the other because of bad roads. So the coming governor has a lot to do in infrastructure. Has a lot to do in infrastructure.
So when you say that Governor Obaseki is too sophisticated for Edo people, isn't that undermining the ability and capability of the governor-elect?
No, I'm putting the governor-elect is ICT guru. He's the one who set up, even before G3 started, he set up Interweb Satcom that won in 2009 the Jennifer Award as #1 Africa to African satellite provider. So he is learning where Okpawolo is. He's learning because he did not, I think he just acquired it because he had an agenda he will use it for. Okpawolo is ICT guru. Yes, and many stations, many television stations, including your own, TVC, Arise, they will attest to this fact.
Right, so I was just wondering what you meant by that statement.
Especially,
but the government
excuse me, please. When I say sophisticated, I'm saying it in the reverse. It could be crudity. When people don't follow what you are doing, you are not carrying them along. When you are a lecturer, a teacher in a class, and your pupils, they see you as somebody you're wasting their time. You are not carrying them along. You are not a good teacher. We agree that all leaders come with different guises and different beauties. But one thing is clear: every leader must patent his own, a signature. Oshomole was there; he patented his own signature, and he sat very well with the people.
But Governor Obaseki is still commissioning projects.
He allowed the people to lead.
Honorable, can you hold on? Governor Obaseki is still commissioning projects, even as a bows out. I mean, he just recently commissioned the Edo State College of Agriculture. And when you also listen to him, he says, and I quote, when you summarize what we've done in Edo State in the last 8 years, it boils down to one word: our people. It has all been about our people, the people of Edo, particularly our young people. We had to give them hope because when we came in 2016, they did not want to stay here. They preferred anywhere else in the world but Edo State. So in the last 8 years, how do you describe the rate of youth unemployment in the state?
Very alarming. He has not done any employment now. He has not. That's the truth. This is why he's hurrying, wanting to add it as an achievement. You know, he said he has done well. When Olajumoke brought Obaseki and wanted the people to vote for Obaseki, nobody, resented it. Everyone, it was, obligatory by assent. Everyone voted along that line because Olajumoke worked for Edo people. He is going to bring someone. They say you cannot bring a successor because you have not done well. You have not done well. This is why the man lost. Olajumoke brought him effortlessly. We work and he won all the local government. Go and check the records. They voted for Olajumoke. This time, they voted against him.
So, Honorable, when you say that...
Just oppose the two.
Right. I would just like to remind you...
Sorry. Even when he said that he was bringing a new cloth of good governance in Aso Elogalo, the question people ask, show us the one you wore for 8 years. Because an emperor without clothes cannot be given a new cloth to anybody.
All right. So I just want to remind you that Obaseki was a member of the APC in the first 4 years. So tonight, you have just said that the APC was a total failure in the first 4 years.
I said accumulatively. When he started, he was doing well. But he bungled everything. Because if you don't end well, your money, we pray that our evening be better than our money.
So when he moved to the PDP, he stopped doing well. Honorable. So when he moved to the PDP, he stopped doing well.
It's not, there are PDP governors that are, I think it's the person. There are PDP governors that are doing well. For example, Wike commissioned projects up to 100 and something. Presidents, governors, they commissioned them. They went there to do things. Is Wike, governor in PDP? So there are PDP people that they did extremely well. It's not question, it's the person. The person. His mind is present by importance. It's the person of Obaseki. That's the truth.
Because I'm sure many people watching tonight would say that you're speaking from the angle of a political opponent, because even the governor himself has said that Edo State is, the most digitalized state in Nigeria at the moment. He claims that by integrating digital solutions into governance, his administration streamlined bureaucratic processes. So is Governor-elect Monday Okwebolo willing to continue in this manner? Because some stakeholders, even the World Bank, has been advocating for e-governance approach, which has been considered as the way to go for Africa.
I have told you that Monday Okwebolo is ICT guru. Obviously, the world is going, pushing, artificial intelligence, and he will ensure that he continues in that direction. What I'm saying now is that Obaseki tried his best when he started, but midway he bungled it. He bungled it. And that's the truth. Okay, that first tenure, you started Gelegele Seaport, Industrial Park. Everyone voted for you based on all the promises for your second tenure. And you also played the victim syndrome that, they wanted you to bring money. They did not do. PDP received it. As soon as he entered PDP, he started fighting. Now he said they should not remember him for fights, for the war he waged against everyone. It is, I don't understand that.
Honorable, let's talk about health, a sector you've been wanting to talk about.
In terms of technology, he has done his best. Nobody will take that away from him. Nobody. He has also used that one to put people, to confuse many Edo people. That's why I said he created a sort of conundrum in the name of technology. As if it's, it became politics of illusion. Those who understood followed him. Those who did not understand watched in helpless, emasculated impotence. And some just stayed in alienation. Well, you must carry everybody along. Apart from the few people who are externally packaged that you brought to Edo State, those ones, of course, they have they are all hands in gloves. They are, especially these young ones who carry a computer about PowerPoint intellectuals. They understood everything because they are used to those things. We are talking about lifting it. When Mao Zedong became the leader of the Chinese Revolutionary Party, he carried out two programs. One was the Great Leap Forward. That was done between 1958 and 1962. The second one was Cultural Revolution between 1966 and 1976. Of course, it died in 1976. What I'm saying is, carry the people along, let the people sleep technology, let them know it's not harmful of people, selected people. Because anybody comes
so what would Monday Okpebholo do differently?
Monday Okpebholo is with the people. He has started, in fact, most schools in Edo State, especially in his area, the Edo Central and beyond, they have enjoyed his assistance in upgrading of their facilities, technology upgrade of their facilities. He has done a lot for them, and it will involve everyone, not selected people, homegrown, people who are at home, not externally packaged people. Just bring all manner of people, they come in, tell stories. On Friday, they go back, turning Edo State into a refuge dump that they just come and pick anything and go. The people saw this and they resented. This election provided opportunity. It was a clear one to say no, this trend cannot continue.
All right. So let's talk about health, Honorable, because it looks like you have a lot to say about that sector. Because for the PDP, one of the most remarkable achievements of the Obaseki administration was in healthcare. They say when he took office, Edo State health sector was in dire need of reform. Through the Edo State Health Improvement Scheme, they also talked about the fact that Obaseki spearheaded a comprehensive overhaul of the state's healthcare system. He revamped primary healthcare centers, ensuring they were adequately staffed and equipped to serve local communities. And for many, this intervention significantly improved access to quality healthcare for thousands of residents across urban and rural areas, including maternal and child health. So how much upgrade will the APC be bringing into this sector?
Thank you very much. The governor-elect has said there will be affordable healthcare. As we speak in Edo State, I don't know who brought those statistics out. In terms of healthcare, you cannot say the poor can access healthcare in Edo State. The hospital Olatunji built, the magnificent central hospital he built, equipped everything and left. Obaseki came, took over, and brought consultants, because he always works with consultants, leaving the real doctors, the civil servants, out of it. Brought consultants, and to obtain cards for you to see a doctor, for you to you are given a card for 7,000. So when the people discovered, because this place, Edo State is not a rich place, it's a civil servant place, peasants and the oil fella, his Kalakawas are there. When they discovered what was going on, they were now going to the old central hospital, old building that was built over 100 years ago, but still standing because the structure was strong. So they were going there, they abandoned the new magnificent one. When Obaseki discovered that it was not sitting well with his ambition to raise money from there, he destroyed the one the poor people were going. And in that place, he's building a museum now. Destroyed the hospital so that the poor, if you now go to BDCD, they go to UPTH, a federal outfit, to get help. So these are the issues. So when they said they did that, this is the way they just put these things on the screen. So this is the reality. And I urge you to come to Edo imagination with reality. For you to be sure that what I'm telling you is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
All right. In the area of agriculture, because from the report we have, Yeah, Edo Agripreneur program was launched, and that program focused on empowering smallholder farmers and boosting local food production. How much impact would you say that made? And how does Governor-elect Monday Okpebholo intend to provide farmers with access to improved seeds, training and financial support, and ultimately increase agricultural output in Edo State?
Yes, you see, this is another very big, gargantuan project. It's like a white sepulchre. For example, it took a large expanse of land in Sobe, and they obtained 5 billion. They said they were going to, deal with grain so that those states will have more than enough grains and even export out. As with grain, that money, we don't know what has happened to the money. Now, at those states, we had 3 rice farming sites. One in Agbede, the second one in Ekpoma, and the third one at Ilushi. Obaseki abandoned all. And this is the first stage, because Okpebholo says he is going to reactivate all this, ensure that there is food, sufficiency. Apart from that, employment. Of course, you know that employment is nature's physician and very essential to human happiness. He will do all these things to ensure we must take Edo back, all the structures, everything, and ensure that people get, especially the real farmers.
So that abandoned project, does the incoming governor intend to continue from where he stopped?
From where he stopped?
From where Obaseki stopped.
Obaseki did not do anything. In fact, I say he abandoned. He did not start it at all. The rice farm at Agbede, the rice farm at Ekpoma and Ilushi. This governor come and say he will reactivate everything.
Okay.
To ensure sufficiency. When Lucky Gbenede was governor, you had food processing juice at Eho.
All right. Let me take you up on other matters before.
That one has also been abandoned. So you have a lot of sleeping projects that you need to wake up.
So let me take you up on other issues before we wrap up tonight. We have a few minutes to go. The governor has consistently talked about the Benin-Asaba road. He says the road has been concessioned 2 years ago, but nothing has been done yet to facilitate the urgent rehabilitation of that expressway. With APC now in power in Edo State and APC at the center, how there is this project to the APC government?
Yes, you see all these roads, that will give sweet repose to the conscience of every Edo person will be taken care of by Monday Okpebholo. He has said it. He has said it. All, whether they are federal roads, they link state roads, we will take care of them. He has been doing this even before he went to Senate. So I don't know what is so difficult in putting roads down. Even flyover, you see traffic gridlock in Benin because roads are bad. There's no single flyover. Go to other state capital, you'll be shocked. Even Boeing State, in Ondo State, anywhere. Here, no single one. And he has promised that he will end that kind of, retrogression in the state.
All right. As we wrap up tonight, Honorable, they say government is a continuum. And the sentiment out there is that the next administration now faces the challenge of maintaining and building upon these foundations to ensure Edo continues to prosper and stand out as a model of progress in Nigeria. So is there a foundation to build on, or the APC is kicking off with a fresh foundation?
APC cannot kick off with fresh foundation because the foundation has been laid by Adams Oshomole. He only made a detour, change of direction, but his own became a straight curve that did not solve anything. He traveled through an unknown road, unmarked road, to an unknown destination. He has taken Edo State to that. As all the roads he started, he has abandoned them. Ekema Road, he started that because of Gelegele Seaport to give accessibility to that place. Abraka Road and the others. So Okpebholo has a lot of work to do.
So how ready is he?
And he said it's a task. He said it's a task he's willing to accept. It's a task he's unwilling to postpone, and it's a task he intends to win.
Right. So how ready is Monday Okpebholo to change the fortunes of Edo State?
I said it before. Monday Okpebholo, I compare him. The Sandinista elder, Ernesto Cardinal, who operated during Daniel Ortega's reign in Nicaragua. He was the one who invoked the kingdom of heaven on earth. Okpebholo will turn things around. Egalitarianism, bring back all the lost things, and ensure that greater good given to the greater number of people, which is the utilitarian essence of government. That is the philosophic calculus of Jeremy Bentham. People will be happy, prosperity will be high, and this prosperity will involve, as I've always told them, without exaggeration, a car, in a garage, and a pot, and a chicken in a pot.
Right, Honorable Paul Ohombamo, yes. Former Deputy Speaker and former Commissioner for Information, Edo State. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And from our end, we wish the incoming administration all the best. Thank you so much for joining us.
God bless you. Thank you very much.
Right. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But you can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode at midnight. Get in touch with us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and X at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Olajumoke Olatunji. Good night, everyone.